Right then, away we go again. I'll move a little bit further back. Oh, that's me just kicking the tripod there, a little bit of shake. But hey up, YouTubers, we meet again. Right, this is going to be about a 30-minute video. And it's about annoying the scammers. Now, I'll tell you the story because I'm not annoyed in any way, shape or form. I'm not the only one who's tried to be scammed. I say tried to be, but not successful at it, I'm afraid. Right, how it come about? I've got a vintage Lambretta for sale. And this advert's not about a Lambretta for sale. But I have got it on Gumtree. And I've also got it on Pre-Loved. To be quite honest, I don't use it. It's MOT'd. I did 1 mile on it since the last MOT, so I'm not using it, and somebody could be getting some use out of it, to be truthful. But because I've got a bit of arthritis in my arms, it's a bit difficult to sort of hold on to it these days. So anyway, I've decided to let it go. So of course the advert was placed on Gumtree. I'm not knocking Gumtree in any way, shape or form, by the way. And what happened was I got a message. And this message asked for a telephone contact number. And of course I replied back with my contact number. And within half an hour, I had a text message which came through. Asking me to send to this email address. Now then, I couldn't trace the text message number. There was no number. Nothing to suggest where it had come from. And straight away at that point, I thought, hey up, what's going on here? And how they wrote the email address was absolutely balmy. They didn't put the at symbol, it was AT, at. And something else as well which was missing. And I thought, very strange way to write your email address. So as I say, from the off I was a bit sort of on my guard. So I replied to this email, and I suppose 10 minutes had gone by and I got a reply stating this, and this is what you've got to be careful of, stating they were quite happy with the condition of the scooter that was for sale and they would buy it. And the email went on to say, what it actually said was, I need your PayPal account details and your PayPal email address. I will transfer the funds into your account. I will pay any fees on top. I do know what the fees are. And I thought, blimey now, that's going to cost £700 alone. So straight away, the alarm bells were ringing. And it was quite a lengthy email, actually. So of course, I replied to it, and this is what I put. I don't use PayPal, I don't have a PayPal account. That's all I put. So straight away, I sent it, and within 30 seconds, I had a reply stating, I insist on PayPal. You see, I can't get to the bank just at the moment because of my work. I can transfer funds into your PayPal account. If you don't have a PayPal account, it's quite easy to open one up. And of course I'm thinking, well, I have got a PayPal account, but there's no way I'm going to give anybody my details. And he went on to say some more. He said they don't do internet banking. but they can use internet PayPal, you see. That was my thought. So it confirmed to me as it was going to be a scam. They were just after messing me about. I'm pretty sure I know how the scam runs, but they just wanted to mess me about and perhaps go on with a fake PayPal fund, you know, the funds thing, saying as the stating as they'd put this money in. But of course it never went that far. They never got that far with me. So it hasn't ended there by any means. Because, but it being the weekend, and I happen to have got the weekend off. I'm a bus driver. It's been our wedding anniversary, and it isn't very often I get 2 days off together. But this weekend I have. I was actually scheduled to work today, but I've changed that. I've got rid of it. Wedding anniversary. The wife needs a little bit of taking care of, and so do I. So, of course, I've had the weekend off. But what I've done this weekend, from Friday evening, I've continuously sent emails to this email address. And because I'm not the world's best writer, I find it all sort of very, very tedious emails. My emails, incidentally, are always very, very short. But what I do like doing, I know most people don't, but what I do like doing is going into voice recorder on my phone, and I can record a 15 or 20 minute voice message, and then I attach it to an email, very little bit of writing, and bang, off it goes. And they're quite easy to open up. I'm pretty sure that for general sort of contact, I'm pretty sure emails will go like that in the future. Obviously, you do need internet connection to open them up. That's the only downside of it. I suppose the other thing I use is WhatsApp. Never ever do I text anybody. It's always done on the voice. You keep your finger on the voice app to record, and the moment you take your finger up, bang, it's gone. So that suits me down to the ground. But again, you need internet connection. It's a bit of a no-no if you haven't. Well, you've got to have internet connection with WhatsApp anyway. I call it WhatsApp. So there you are. But anyway, what I've actually done, here's a little example of what I've done. I will go onto the voice recorder and it's na 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 na, I scam the scammer, na 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 na. Right. If you'd like to send me your PayPal account information and your PayPal email address, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm going to send you 100 English pounds. I insist as you send me your PayPal account information and of course your PayPal account email address. £100 will be coming your way. How kind a gesture is that? By the way, I don't do any editing on my videos. They're all shot in one. What you get is what's happened. So, of course, I would ramble on for 15 minutes or so and send this in an email. They've obviously opened them up at the other side because I had one back. It called me for everything, tying up their email addresses, and did I know who I was dealing with? Well, the truth of it is, they don't know who they're dealing with this side. So, sort of emails have flirted around from Friday evening. I've sent about 35 this morning. Not all voice messages, or not all voice emails. Some have wrote, only short ones. And of course I have had some back, more abuse. So anyway, what I decided to do was do a nice recording, because I am quite a nice sort of fella. I did another recording stating that they were very ugly and they'd been hit with an ugly stick and they wouldn't be allowed to come into England, wouldn't be allowed in the country that ugly. They would be stopped at the border. And since I sent this one, they seem to have stopped. I think they've got the messages. They tattled me from the off. I didn't tattle them. But anyway, I told them as I'd put a curse on them. And I think that's why the nastiness has now stopped. I've told them I've put a curse on them. Obviously, I don't know whether it was a man or a woman. And I did put some things about God in there. God was watching and God would take care of it all. Na 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 na. I scam the scammer. Could you imagine opening up a voicemail and finding that? Na 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 na. But anyway, it's given me that much pleasure doing this. Well, it's been a nice, enjoyable weekend. I could have found better things to do. It's rained sort of continuously on and off, not continuous, but on and off for the last 4 days. I'm desperate to get out. The wind are behind me. I'm desperate to get out there in the garden to cut the grass, which is up to about me knee. It's probably 18 inches plus high. And I have a petrol mower. If I go out with it, it'll just hold the cut grass with it being wet and it'll struggle in. You get in and you dig out the grass and you start again. It's just a vicious circle. So I say I could have found better things to do. But anyway, it's not going to be. It has. It's a glorious morning, Sunday morning here, the 22nd of May. Absolutely glorious morning. But the grass is soaking wet, so it's obviously rained in the night. Of course, I'm hoping later on it might dry up enough sufficiently for me to get the mower out, because I'm back at work tomorrow, and I want to get a chance. I want to get a chance to do it then. I'm on what they call a late week, so that's going to be a no-no. I probably don't sort of get in most nights until 8 o'clock plus, and there's even one night when I want to get back till about 1:30 in the morning. Obviously, I can't cut the grass then. I don't have any neighbours as such, but I can sort of please myself. But my petrol mower hasn't got headlights on it. That's my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. But getting back to the scammers, any of you who've got this far with this video, what I'm hoping is you'll do for me is do the same. If they try and scam you, do the same as I've done. I found it hilarious because I am a sort of, I like a bit of fun. As anybody who knows me, they'll tell you, oh, that character, oh, honestly, unbelievable some of the tricks he gets up to. But there you are. I've had a thoroughly enjoyable weekend scamming the scammers. Goodness knows what they must think the other side. What the hell have I let myself into? Contacting this character. But you live and learn. I don't think for 1 minute it'll make a blind bit of difference to them. Of course, I don't know where they are. I'm only guessing they're probably in Nigeria somewhere or Lagos, something like that. They've got to be to try a scam like that. So YouTubers, be very, very careful. And they're the telltale signs. Doesn't really matter how they've contacted you, in what way, what shape, what form. As soon as it mentions PayPal, and of course PayPal have got nothing to do with this. I'm not knocking PayPal or Gumtree in any way, shape or form. But just be on your guard when someone contacts you. asking for PayPal account details. Don't go there. It'll be a scam. Another scam. And the sad thing is, of course, is people do get tied up in it. Oh, right, they want me. Oh, that's good of them. I'll send them my details. And then, of course, what they do, they send you an email, supposedly with a link to go into your PayPal account, and woof, lo and behold, the money's in there. You're not even in your PayPal account. Your PayPal account would ask you to log in for a start. So, if you check your PayPal account, you'll find that there's no money in there. And then I think how it works is they decided as they'd overpaid with the transaction fees, and would I send £400 back? And then of course they'll. That's how it works. I'm asking for an amount of money, and they put £400 or £500 more in, and then they ask for that £400 or £500 more. If you don't check your PayPal account, you can see there's gone no money in there. It's just a link. It's them who sent this link. They've wrote it out. It's nothing at all to do with PayPal. So don't get caught up in it. Be on your guard. Be very, very wary. And of course, where money's concerned, you've got to be, haven't you? And how gullible can people be to fall for it? I know people do fall for it. I've heard too many stories, so it does happen. But there's no need for it to happen. Just be on your guard. Be very, very careful. Keep calm. Just think, is this too good to be true? Well, of course it is. I'm going to purchase something off you. I'm quite happy with the condition, and I don't sell anything like that. This is still for sale, by the way. I would expect somebody to come here and inspect it, test it out. Is it as good as I'm saying it is? And if they're happy, they can pay me and ride it away. That's what I expect to happen. I don't expect it to be done in a fictitious email from the other side of the world asking for my PayPal account details. Unbelievable. Well, obviously I've not fallen for it, but as I say, some people do. Be very, very careful, YouTubers. Right, I can see, I'm filming this video on a Samsung S6, and it says it's 18 minutes. That's how long I've been recording. So that's plenty long enough for a video to go onto YouTube. Now, I did another video about an hour ago, and I'm using Windows 10 on the computer, and I'll connect the phone to it and it'll find this video, and it puts it in somewhere, and I'm struggling to find where it's putting them. I thought I'd sussed it out the last time, but no. But anyway, that's why there was about an hour in between the videos. So I'm going to have the same problem again. I'll import this video, and then you can't find where it's sent them to. There's got to be a simple answer to it, but unfortunately, I've not found it. And Windows 10, I've only been using it for about 3 weeks. Well, I say using it for 3 weeks. I've probably used it for about 45 minutes in the 3 weeks I've had it. So don't know my way around it. I love that Cortina or Cortilla facility on it. Just click on it and ask it a question, and it'll find stuff for you. It won't find where you've uploaded videos to. So I'm gonna have to have a word with her. But she's very nice. You click on it. Yes, what can I help you with today? Very good. Yeah, that scammer thought they were very good as well. I scam the scammer. I insist you send me your PayPal account information. £100 is coming your way. Ugly people, ugly. Hit with an ugly stick, they'll stop you at the border. I think it was the ugly bit which offended them. It's all right them offending me. Oh, and the abuses I had back in this email. Oh, it's unbelievable. I can't tell you about that. I don't make crude videos, but I was called everything. Every swear word known to man was in it. But that's tough. It's all water off the old duck's back to me. Doesn't matter to me in any way, shape or form. Call me anything. But dunna call me too late for me dinner or me tea. And sadly I always have to do my own breakfast. Because the hours I keep, the wife want to get up with me at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's probably only been in bed for about half an hour some nights when I have to get up. I say nights, it's morning, but of course we call it nights, don't we? Now that I'm just rambling on a bit. No, scam the scammer. Because that's what this video is about. Don't get scammed. I know I keep repeating myself. Well, could you imagine all them videos? Not videos, sorry. Those voice recordings, what they keep having a lesson at and thinking, why I go wrong? He now put a curse on me. It's all right, the wife's just sneaked in behind this camera and bought me a cup of tea. So let me just have a little lean over there. It has been here for a few minutes. I'm just feeling it. Lovely cup of tea, look. Yeah, just about at the right sort of temperature. It is bone china, this cup, actually, made in the potteries. Although our pot industry is devastated, or it's been devastated. When I were a lad, I can tell you, you couldn't go far, you'd see one of these bottle ovens. We call them bottle ovens, they're not actually an oven. It's just a cover. The oven is inside that bottle where they do all the firing. It's just a cover. Not many left now. I know to about 6 within the area. There might be 1 or 2 more, but I doubt it. There's one down at Longton bus station. If you look at it, there's actually some small trees growing out the top of it. Obviously some sort of seeds got into in between the brickwork and got into the mortar, because they're all perished and falling to bits. Although this one does look quite tidy, it's been pointed up at some point. But then again, it don't last forever, does it? So little trees are growing from it. It won't do it any good, they need to be removed. But what I was saying is, when I were a lad, you couldn't go far, you'd see the smoke billowing out. The pots are firing something, and call it smoky old Stoke. I don't live in Stoke, I actually live in the borough of Newcastle-under-Lyme, just outside of Stoke. I did work in the pot industry for a very, very short while, about 3 months, on what they called a pug end machine. And I used to chuck clay into one end. It used to go through this machine, take all the air out of it and force it out the other end. It come out. Obviously you had to keep it going. It come out and it was this grey clay. And to me it looked like an elephant's leg. About sort of 9 inches across, as I can remember. It might have been 12 inches round. And just kept continuously coming. I used to have to cut it with a wire and then stack them up on this table. And the things you remember, I was probably about 17 or 18 at the time, and I thought, what the blimmin' heck have I let myself in for here? What sort of job's this? But of course I didn't last there long, and they say you get itchy feet. Itchy feet, well, I can tell you, I had itchy feet working on there. But there you are, I can remember it, long time ago now. 40 plus years ago, in fact. And what's my claim to fame? Well, I don't know. I'm known for some outlandish sort of stuff. Always somebody remembers you for something. No, let's have another little swig of this. Somebody will always remember you for something, good or bad. And usually they remember me because I've wound them up over something. And of course, when people try to wind me up, they don't have a lot of success at it really, but they do try because they know what sort of character I am. And I'll normally say to them, "Are you trying to wind me up because you're making a damn good job of it?" That usually gets a bit of a laugh as well. So, right, coming up to 26 minutes dead now on this video. So I suppose I'd better wrap things up at this point, although I'm not a rapper. A very quick little story there about rapping. Well, I ain't sure what rapping is, but when my children were a bit small, I came in from work one day and the music was blaring out. I walked through the front door and me lungs and heart were vibrating in my chest, it was that loud. And of course I said to number one son, "What the hell's going on?" And he says, "It's garage music, Dad, it's garage music." So I said, "Well, go and listen to it in the garage. I don't want you listening to it in the house." And he looked at me all bewildered and said, "No, it's garage, it's called garage music." I said, "Yeah, go listen to it in the garage." I insisted. Ah, dear, he must have thought to himself, "Me dad ain't a very modern." But of course I aren't. I mean, when I can remember the trams. I can. Rag and Bone Man used to come round with a horse and cart. Of course, made famous by Steptoe and Son. Milkman used to have electric floats. You'd hear this sort of row first thing in the morning, the electric motors whirling down the street. All that's gone today. You don't get any of that. You used to get on a bus, there'd be a conductor on it. Could sometimes be a woman, sometimes be a man. And of course, that was the days you could smoke on the buses. If it was a single-decker bus, they used to smoke the back end off. And if it had upstairs, you had to go upstairs. See how things have changed? Not necessarily for the better, but things have changed. Another little swig of this. So, how am I coping with this new computer? Well, it's nothing as a can't get my head round. But I'm lucky in one respect. I have got number one son up them stairs who's suffering an hangover this morning. Now, if I do get stuck, I always shout, "Toby!" And he'll think, "Oh my God, it's going to be something to do with the computer." And his telly goes up louder or the music goes up louder. He hasn't heard me. But if I persevere long enough and shout for long enough, he will come and have a look at me. I've showed you this before. Yeah, but I'm a lot older than you and it doesn't sink in. If I was your age, I'd be able to remember, but I'm not your age. Look at yourself at my age. Will you be able to remember? Likely story. Likely story. So there are, YouTubers. We're going to disappear now. It's coming up to the 29-minute mark. Please, don't get scammed by the scammers, because I have scammed a scammer. Cheers!